Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another session of D&D with Dicemension. So if you haven't seen Marv's introduction video, you need to go and watch it. We'll link it down in the description box below. But we are here today with the amazing, wonderful orc, played by our wonderful Thomas. Please could you introduce yourself?
So I'm an orc, my name is Urgarogg, and what I thrive in is destruction, war, and dealing damage to everything that actually moves. I come from a kind of a troubled past that I don't have much memories about, and that's pretty much it.
Not memories because you were really drunk, or just you wanted to forget?
I guess you'll never know.
Oh, okay, fine talk. I love it. Okay, so I can tell you, Urgarogg, that you have been in an identity crisis for quite a while now. So the reason why you have been travelling south is because you've gotten disconnected from your clan and you've gotten disconnected from yourself. So really you're just a lone wanderer wandering around the wastelands of your life, and you have just found yourself in the south because it's just where it's taken you, basically. So you are kind of trying to figure out stuff about yourself, but not really. You just want to get paid, you just want to find something to fight, and you thought that the further south, the more mysterious, the more dangerous the creatures, and you were just getting bored with fighting the same old thing up in the north. So this is why you're here in the south.
Fresh blood.
Fresh blood.
I like
Absolutely
that.
right. Perfect. Okay, so you're wandering through this foggy, dark night. Wandering, traipsing through this mud. So you are sludging through this thick mud. And in the distance you're able to see some lights and you're able to see some smoke. So that's kind of the direction that you're currently veering in the moment, because you're like, great, a campfire, fresh blood, you know, or a town, fresh blood, basically.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So as you are moving towards the light, you're finding that the smoke and the fog is getting thicker and thicker and thicker in this direction. But lights seem to be twinkling and dancing around you, and it's actually really, really beautiful because the lights are kind of just above the water, so it's able to kind of shine some reflectivity into this kind of boggy, murky wasteland. So these lights are beautiful, and you're kind of looking towards you and you're like, oh, you know what, they're really nice. And then one just hits you in the shoulder and you're like, what on earth is going on? And then another one hits you in the shoulder. You're like, hang on a minute, roll initiative please.
Off to a good start.
First battle, we're getting right into it. You wanted blood, we're giving
15!
it to you.
Bring it!
Okay. So I can tell you at the moment you are being attacked by 3 will-o-wisps.
Okay.
Or will-o-wisps. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just going to make them up today. Will-o-wisps.
Okay.
So yeah, it is your go first. So they are about 5 feet around you. They are close to you. They're trying to kind of attack your body.
Okay.
So think of if that they're in range of you,
Okay.
all around you. At the moment.
Okay. So I try to reach for one. I'm assuming they don't emit sounds or anything.
No, it's just kind of like balls of like
Yeah.
yellow light.
Yeah. So I try to go for one and grab it.
Okay, if you could do a strength check for me, please.
That is 10.
Okay, you just miss. Unfortunately, you're not
Okay.
able to.
I'm good at this. They don't shed blood probably, that's why I'm not good at it. Okay.
One is going to come to your shoulder and is going to try and send an electric shock through your body. That does hit you, and you are going to take 7 lightning damage.
You gotta pay for this. Like, right now.
Okay, so the next one is going to go for your right shoulder and also do the same and shock you, and is going to get a 13 and misses you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one is going to... The light kind of seems to fade and you can't really see it in the fog anymore, and it kind of just disappears.
Okay.
So it is now your go.
Are they still closed or?
Yes. So
So-
the only one you're not able to see,
Mhm.
but the other 2 are like, one's right here, one's right here.
Okay,
right
so I
next
just
to
try
your
to
shoulders.
like smash it like a fly.
Okay, perfect. Yep.
20.
And that is a hit. Are you going?
Like
do you
an
have any
unarmed strike.
armor?
No, it's just like
Just an unarmed strike. So it just that is 7.
Yep.
in total. Okay, and as soon as it kind of hits you, it kind of the light kind of fizzles, like it's kind of like incorporating out of itself, and you kind of hear like, and then it kind of comes back together. That will-o-wisp or whatever is going to again go right back to shock you, but this time it's going to go for your neck. It misses in its rage, and the one on the other side is going to go for your shoulder and hits you. 8 lightning damage. Okay, so it is your turn.
So it's rage time.
It's rage.
Because,
like,
yeah.
Hulk.
So are they like, can I try to cleave them, or should I just go at one by one with them?
You could probably try these two, but obviously they are kind of floating up and down.
Okay.
So I would say if you're trying to do 2 at once, it would be at a disadvantage. Whereas you could probably try and cleave one at just.
Or I can go with like, I got the 2 attacks from level 5 on, so I can attack one and the other one.
Perfect.
separately.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay, 21.
That definitely hit.
This is a natural one.
Okay, yeah, we'll go for the natural one first. So you hit this one and you're like, bam, it hits, and then you kind of try and turn it round to kind of swing, and your kind of arm just falls kind of to the floor, kind of grazing your right leg as it does so. So you take
Off to a
3
good start.
slashing damage.
3.
3. But the first one does hit, so if you want to roll your damage
I'm
for me.
going to destroy that. 12 damage.
12 damage.
Yes.
That's absolutely great. Okay. So this time, when you hit it, it does the same thing as it did last time, but it kind of stretches even further with more like a going back into itself.
And it's still breathing. Good.
That one is going to try and shock your private parts because it's pissed. Gets a natural 20. 9 lightning damage. It kind of, you're not prone, but you have dropped your weapon.
Of course, because I'm like,
yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So the other one to this side of you is going to go to shock shoulder. It gets a critical fail. As it does so, it kind of incorporeal kind of goes through your body, and then it ends up kind of stretching itself. So now, as it tries to go through your body, it's not solid light anymore. It's kind of stretched, and it's really trying to push itself back into an ordinary orb of light. It can't do so, and yeah, you can see it's really trying to get itself together, but it's kind of like even the screams are kind of dissonant, like. Third one is again gonna go through your stomach, and it's going to fail. Okay, and it is now your turn again.
So I guess I need an action to pick up my axe again.
No, that's not. That isn't an action. You can pick up your weapon. It just takes half of your movement.
Okay. If I were to shout at them just to try to understand what they want, I'm trying to get them to give me answers just because, yeah, I mean, it's not really
sure.
looking
So
good.
if you want to roll intimidation for me. Oh no. That face.
Well, that's another one.
It's like as soon as you try to say anything, it's like your voice just gets carried out into the fog, and it's just like. The one by your right shoulder is going to shock you again. 5 lightning damage. So how are you looking? Like, are you like
I'm halfway through my hit points.
Ooh.
What is it?
It's okay. it's all in an orc state.
Oh
really,
yeah, that's
It
fine.
just happens. Okay, and then the one is going to shock your stomach again, and it's going to hit 7 lightning damage, and it is
Now we're way
your
below
turn again.
So I'm gonna try to go again at the same one that I
Okay.
already hit, and twice at him.
Perfect. Yeah.
So that hopefully I will bring one down. 9,
Doesn't hit.
and the other one is a 25.
That definitely hits.
14.
Okay, kind of slash through it, and it separates in 2. And you see it's kind of really trying to form itself together, and then it goes. And
That's what I like.
disappears
And
into
this
the
is
fog.
all your thing.
The other 2 looking at this go. Trying to reform it into a structure, and then they just disappear and vanish
Yes.
and run away from you.
Yeah.
So well done.
Yes, I guess.
Yeah, you managed to kill one. Well done. Kind of walking along the kind of bog for a little while, and you're getting closer and closer and closer to the smoke and the lights, and you see yourself being able to venture into what you see is a very small hamlet. It's kind of a small town with a few houses dotted around the bog, with a large kind of boggy lake in the centre with bridges kind of connecting the people to their homes, basically. So you see a very large tavern next to kind of a small manor house, and opposite it you're able to see kind of a church-shaped building.
I just need a place to rest and to actually recover my status, essentially.
Lovely.
So I just go towards the tavern and
Lovely.
I try to look for essentially a room.
Okay, that's great. So you walk into the tavern and you're able to see quite like a damp and kind of musty kind of place, but it's quite nice in comparison to the outside. There's a really lovely hearth fire in the centre of the space, and you can see there are some tables kind of dotted around. You can sort of see to the right of yourself by the stairs, there's kind of this person dressed in priestly robes kind of doing a stand-up comedy routine, and you're kind of looking at him like,
What?
I don't get what's going on. You're not really particularly finding it very, very funny, even though he's like really trying hard, and you're seeing all of the locals just cracking up. You're just like, who is this guy? So you sit yourself at like the table, and you're kind of impatient at this point. You're kind of tapping your feet, and you're like crossing your arms, and you're like, oh, am I going to get service at some point today? So you're kind of like tapping the table. Everybody is paying attention to this guy. Who then just all of a sudden just rushes off and leaves in a hurry. And this kind of very large, tall woman with long blonde hair kind of walks over to you and is like, "Sorry, sir, I'll just be with you in a second."
How long again?
Just a second, don't
Please.
worry, I'm just getting your menu, don't worry.
Thank you.
That's alright. So she kind of strolls off to the bar, grabs you a very, very large tankard of mead, and she's like, "I'm really, really sorry for the wait. Yeah, here's the menu. Sorry, anything you like on the menu. Yeah, have it for free. Again, I'm very, very sorry. We don't usually have this ruckus. We've got a bit of an issue going on."
Okay.
Grabs a chair next to you and is like, "Are you alright? You covered in blood, are you?"
Yes. Yeah, I just arrived, but it hasn't been the easiest journey, let's say.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So warrior then.
I'm a barbarian.
Oh, nice. See, I used to be a barbarian
Oh,
back in the
okay.
day. She rolls up one of her sleeves. She's got a very large scar kind of down here, and she's like, "Yeah, I've been in about 15 wars, me, and I think I got this about my third battle. Have you got any scars?"
Can't you see on my face? I mean, I guess they're
Yeah,
pretty evident.
I mean, yeah, she can see the ones on your face, but I think she's trying not to point out.
Oh, okay,
She's
well.
trying to be nice.
I have some, yeah, I guess I have some more scars, but I don't really care about showing you right now, so yeah.
Alright, well, yeah, that's fine. Let's see how it is. And she kind of puts her hand out and she's like, "Yeah, Revel Great Walker,
And I'm
lovely to
Urgarogg.
meet you. Nice to meet you. Is there anything in particular that you want? I'll get the chef to make it."
Yeah, I would like anything, like the biggest thing you have. I'm pretty hungry, to be honest.
Well, I mean, someone tried to eat a whole hog and ate about like a tenth of it. So, I mean...
Do you reckon I'm as weak as anybody else around here, honestly?
No, absolutely not. In
Thank
fact,
you.
I think you're probably the only person in here apart from myself that would be able to eat a whole hog. So,
Then
would you
please.
like the whole hog?
Yes.
Okay. So she goes in and she's like, "Oh," she comes back out and she's like, "You have to excuse me, my chef's not here at the moment, so I rustled you up a couple of bits and pieces, but there you go." And she kind of slices off a bit and she's like, "Don't mind, I'm gonna have a little bit myself."
And I just go about it.
So it is delicious. It is literally so good. It's like succulent and juicy and like amazing and wonderful. And the fact that you've basically been eating like berries and mushrooms and like little animals on your journey for a little while, this is like heavenly for you. So she grabs another tankard and she kind of slides it in front of you and she says, "Do you fancy a drinking competition?"
Yeah, I guess I do. Yeah,
Yeah,
could
okay.
do. But maybe before going into that,
Uh-huh.
do you know, or is it normal getting attacked by will-o-wisps around here?
Oh, well, there's a few strange creatures around this place. So I settled in this place about 5 years ago. I was in the war in the south. There was a few banshees that were attacking some areas, and a few drow elves were coming up from the south. And we got stationed down here in the boglands to make sure everything was okay. And I got hurt really bad in the leg and wasn't allowed to do any service anymore. So I basically took this place up and redecorated it and made sure that it was okay because it was falling apart. I mean, it's still bloody falling apart, but you know, we do our best. And I basically run and lead the guard duties once a week to make sure that the town is protected.
Okay.
So sometimes, I mean, it's not the weirdest thing I've ever heard, to be completely honest with you, Urgarogg. I mean, to be fair, you're quite lucky you didn't get hit by a banshee, because I think even you, big, strong, handsome man, orc friend, would not be able to survive a banshee attack.
Okay.
I mean, you know, I've had 5 very abled men come with me on a banshee attack, and we've only just about survived. So be very thankful it's will-o' the wisps, because you know, one of them dies, they pretty much scurry off. So obviously you managed to kill one, so you know, good on you. Good on
Yeah, I guess I did manage.
Yeah. You managed. Just about.
Yeah, fine.
So she's like, well, you know, to
Back on to
that.
drinking.
Raise these
Cheers.
glass. Okay, if I can get you to roll a...
I just lost the die.
You just lost the dice. If you can roll a d8 for me,
A
please.
D8. 7.
Okay, lovely. So, you're drinking your first mug, like, you know, and people are kind of like, sort of starting to come around you now. So you know, you drink, and people are like, ooh. And some guy sort of comes up to you and says, nobody's been able to beat Revel in a drinking competition yet. Another one, so you have another one, yeah?
Of course.
Lovely. So you down another tankard and you're feeling good. At this point, you're not really feeling like any pain from your shoulders or your crotch area anymore. You feel fine. You feel alright. You're feeling like, we're doing this. Okay, so Revel's kind of like, so what are you doing in the south anyway?
Just roaming around and finding something to do. For somebody to kill, I guess.
A wanderer. Love that. Well, you know, we could always do with more people helping me around with killing things, because we've got lots of things to kill in this area. So
I see you're into killing things.
Absolutely. And she kind of like pulls out like her guns and she's like, these have killed me many a monster and many a man.
I like this.
There's no one, not a single person in this bloody area that could take me on a flight. I can tell you that for a fact. Now, I'm not asking you to take me on,
I see.
but, you know, me and you, we aren't like the likes of these people. And you do look around and you see, like, you know, they're quite like grey in the skin. They're quite skinny. But, like, their constitution looks good and they look healthy. It's just they're very slender. They're very kind of small-statured people. And you are, like, big, both massive, great big people. And she gets out her axe and she's like, look at this beauty.
That is amazing.
Handcrafted this bloody beauty
You
myself.
handcrafted it.
Yes,
That
I did.
is gorgeous.
Yeah. This is the leather from, like, the southern realms. And this I hand-carved with the point of a citrine. Oh my god. You know, it took me bloody ages to do this, but I absolutely loved it.
That's
It was great.
fine work. Good
Can I
job.
see your axe, sir?
Well, of course you can.
Oh my goodness! And she's like, tell me, how did you make that?
I didn't make it. I stole it from a guy I killed with my bare hands.
Yes! And she lives on another mug.
Cheers!
Downs it again, and she's, oh bloody hell. it's
You're
been a
weak, aren't
while."
you? Yeah.
No, I'm not weak, sir. I'll never be weak. But I can tell you for a fact, I haven't had a drinking competition for about 3 years. So no, I can do another. I can take you. I know
don't
this.
think you can.
Are you questioning my honour, sir?
Your drinking skills, for sure.
Me and you are gonna have a problem in a minute.
Good, keep it. Go on.
So she grabs another. She downs the drink and then she just falls.
Everyone, I told her.
And then people sort of come over and say, well, there's no way we could carry her. You're gonna have to carry her, sir, to her bed. Can you
Alright.
please?
So I grab her,
Yeah.
and I ask her, ask anybody where's the room, if anybody knows it.
Yes, yeah, up the stairs, first door on the left, sort of furthest to the left.
Okay, so I just woke up, bash in the door, and
To bash
like
in the door.
both the door. And
You kick in the door.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
hopefully not destroying it.
Okay, could you do a strength check for me, please?
17.
Okay, you literally boot the door off of the hinges. It falls into the floor. Creates like this dust just as soon as it hits the floor. And yeah, so you put her in the bed, but could you do a strength check for me, please?
22.
Okay. As you do so, she literally grabs you and flings you onto the bed and is literally lying like this on top of you.
Strong.
She's very, very strong and very, very drunk.
Okay.
So she's literally just like pinned on top of you. So
Can I try to push her away?
yeah, please go ahead.
9.
Yeah, no, you're like, and at this point you're quite drunk. You're kind of just starting to fall asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, you're both snoring extremely loudly, and so there are some people that you don't notice it, but in the middle of the night, some people kind of peeking around the door because it's so loud because the door is down off of its hinges, and people are like, oh my gosh, like someone even like grabs their bag and is like, oh gosh, well I may as well sleep outside. So yes, you wake up in the morning and Revel is not there anymore.
Okay.
She, all you're able to hear is lots of banging and crashing downstairs.
Okay.
Like loads of people shouting, loads of people just panicking, and you're able to hear like the sound of war drums.
Okay.
Coming from the outside. It's like
I'm
like getting closer and closer and closer to you.
Okay. I can feel the blood boiling and
Yeah.
coming up. Can I see anything in the room? Anything to?
Well, I mean, her room is pretty bulk standard. Like, there's a kind of a bed against the wall. There's like a wardrobe in front. There's kind of like a small window. There's quite a lot of armor and swords and like axes that have obviously been like put onto the wall, screwed in. And she seems to have like a nice display for all of her swords and her old armors and things like that, and you're able to see like a few like little medals and like pieces of paper and scriptures from like when she was conscripted and things
Okay.
like that. So yeah, it seems like she's very, very fond of her war days.
Okay. All right. So I just make my way downstairs.
Okay. Yeah. So are you gonna kind of like go in to listen in, or are you just kind of like trying to keep yourself to yourself?
Just keeping myself.
Okay. You'll be able to hear bells from the front of the place, and you're still just able to hear like Revel is kind of like running around at this point, like around people's tables, like trying to like grab people's bags and throwing it behind the bar and things like that. So, oh great, you're awake. I could really use your help. Look, 25 orcs are on their way to invade this town.
Invade.
Yes, we
Why?
don't know why. The scouts have literally just come back to say that they are walking, like running full pelt on their horses towards the town with their war drums. Obviously, you can hear that from the outside. So the scouts are here. The king of the north is here in this town at the moment. So we think that they're probably here to kill him.
Why would he even come here? I mean, I don't mean offense, but I mean.
Yeah, well, offence taken, but you know, I don't have time to take major offence to it. But yeah, we don't really know what's going on. I sent that bard person who's here from last night to
Oh, the
figure
not
out
so funny guy that was shouting on the.
that guy.
Oh,
yes,
alright,
yeah,
fair
that
enough.
guy. I
But
sent
didn't
him.
work, did it?
Well, he hasn't come back
Well,
yet.
that actually makes sense. That's me.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need you to come with me, and we're gonna, you know, deal with these orc people.
25. You and I.
No, not me and you. We have other people. My scouts are just rounding up some townspeople. We've got some like rogue characters. We've got some archers. We've got some like able-bodied people that have just come back from the last raid out to further into the bog. So we're going to try and take them down. And also the mayor's in there as well. He's pretty good. He's pretty good with his weapons. I reckon there should be enough of us to take them, but yeah, we don't. I know orcs, but I haven't fought orcs in years. I thought that you would probably know more about them than I would.
I do, but what's in it for me? Why would I even care about this?
You know, I can pay you 100 gold. You can have free lodging here for as long as you want. I mean, you can join us on the raiding parties, and me and you can get to know each other better.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah? Okay, let's do it. So she kind of grabs you by the arm, and she literally just pulls you out of the door at this point. Okay. Yay. Okay, so you, Revel boots in the door of the church, and in front of you you're able to see like 2 dead bodies, and the unfunny priest that you saw earlier, and also a very, very small gnome. And both the priest and the gnome seem to kind of been in battle. Revel kind of goes up to him and says, "Did you do this, Marv?" And then the bard is like, "Oh no, it wasn't just me. You need to speak to him as well." And she kind of bends down to the mayor and is like, "Oh, everything okay?" It explains the situation to the mayor, and the mayor turns to you and says, "I'm going to need you to direct this battle. I know nothing about orcs, and I don't know what's happening, so I'm going to need you to lead this battle. I don't know what Revel has offered you, but I'm able to double that if you're able to help out."
Okay, that works. What do you know about these orcs? Do you know anything? Why they're coming? What is this all about?
Revel sort of turns to you and is like, "For the king, I don't know. We've never ever had any orcs apart from yourself come down this far in this area. I think they must have followed the king and are trying to kill him."
Okay.
Because he only came with a really, really small bunch of people. Honestly, I thought the whole thing was shady. Me and Marv need to have a conversation about what went down, but for now we need to make sure that these townspeople are safe. So she turns to Marv and the mayor, and her and the mayor kind of get Marv to get all of the innocent people out of the church. A couple minutes later you see like a woman and like a young man run out of the door. Revel's like, "Was that the king? Bloody hell, God, there's nothing of him."
Is that your king running away?
It's not my king. It's the king of the north. We are unbound in this territory. I and the mayor run this town.
And yet, you are actually serving him and caring for him.
But no, not me.
What are you
care
doing here
less. Well, no, yeah, but I need to protect this town from the orcs. I would quite happily throw this dude to him, but I do have my honour.
Fair.
And I'm not going to let innocent people die. So she runs up the stairs, up to the top of the room. She says, "Right, the war table's up here."
Alright. So I guess we just spread out the maps or something.
Okay. Revel will kind of tap you on the shoulder and say, "So there, we've got a little bit of an issue. There's 5 priests in that room refusing to come out."
Fine. Okay. I bang on the door and I just start shouting, "Come out!" Intimidating them, I guess.
Okay, roll intimidation.
60.
Okay, they're
Like with a very deep voice, "Come out!"
One peeks his head around the door and is like, "You're not going to kill us, are you?"
"If you don't move as fast, yes, so come out."
Okay, so that one launches basically out, and it's like, I can fight. I can fight.
Fair enough. Come along.
Okay.
And call your friends as well.
He's sort of like, "Come on, guys! We're here to protect the king. We can't just sit here." I'm gonna roll persuasion, see if he does it. He does not. One of them is like holding a dagger to his throat and is like, "Don't come any closer."
You know you're not gonna be any use to anybody if you kill yourself, right? Not even to yourself. Like, what are you even trying to do there?
Roll persuasion.
7.
Okay. "I'll be helpful for the king." Dead.
Alright, fair enough. What about you? Are you gonna follow your friends? Or do you want me to follow your friend and kill you right now?
Okay, roll intimidation.
11.
One of them is like I'm not leaving this room. And then the other one is like, yeah, all right, I'll come with you.
I leave you there, but bear in mind that if we all survive, you are gonna be the last one to die.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay, lovely. So you've got 2 more on your board. Okay, in front of you, you have a lovely map of the village.
Mm-hmm.
What you are able to see here is you are in the grey building currently.
Okay.
Yeah, so in front of you, you obviously have a map of the town. Revel will turn to you and she'll say, you can have 7 of my scouts.
Okay.
They are wearing armour, and they've got pole arms or short swords.
Okay. And what can they do? Are they good at fighting?
Yeah, they're good at fighting. They're also pretty good at stealth. You know, they're my scouts, so they know this area really, really well. They're also very good at ambushing, but they're generally good at fighting as well. So you can either keep them together or put them apart. Right, so we've got three men and 2 women, and they are archers. They are best with bows.
Sure.
They've all got daggers on them, but in all honesty, they're better at long range. We've got my 2 men who come with me on our trips to the bog. They're very heavily armoured and they've got long swords. They're like me. We're what they would affectionately call a meat shield.
Okay.
We can pack a punch. You got me. I'm happy to do whatever you want. Obviously, you got my axe. You got my axe. We'll do whatever needs to be done. The mayor, he's got his war pick and he's good with a couple of spells. And the priests, they've got some magic as well.
Okay, fair enough.
And and then Marv, the bard, he said he's going to be back as well.
Okay. I wouldn't trust that guy to be good at fighting anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, but he's
it's
good
expendable, I
with
guess,
healing, isn't he? So yeah, put him with some of the weaklings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Where would we expect the orcs to come from at this point?
Well, there's only 3 ways into town. So you've got the south, which is in between the trees, and then you've got the north, which is the small bridge over the. But honestly, it seemed like their drums were coming from the south.
From the south. Okay.
So we're gonna need a leader to deal with each kind of faction of soldiers. So is there anyone you want specifically to do that?
So I would say that we can use the bard in the backline, just because, I mean, he can be of help. At least he might be better than those weakling priests, hopefully. I would split up the scouts just so that they can ambush from different angles. 3 here and 4 this line. You, myself, and all the other, your friends, essentially, the big guys, we are all gonna stay in front of the bridge, waiting for them to come and slay them.
Okay. So the king and all of the townsfolk are very protected in the tavern. I've got an underneath to the tavern which is well stocked, well supplied, and people can only get in there if they know how to get in there.
Okay.
And I've got guys in the tavern at the moment making sure to protect that. So whatever happens, we'll make sure to protect the innocents. Revel will grab your arm and sort of lead you down the stairs and sort of shove the doors open, and you're able to see Marv stood with an elven woman who's cowled in a black dress, and Marv is kind of waving at both of you saying, "I found another one!"
You are gonna lead up some archers, and yeah, I don't. Who's she? Who's that?
We don't know. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you to the wonderful Urgarogg.
Yes!
His battle is going to be epic, so please do tune in next week for that, and the lovely Thalissa, who is going to have a wonderful and mysterious introduction with the amazing and wonderful Georgia. So thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Say bye!